Hello, folks. So if you've been following along with me, you know we've learned all of the notes on the neck, all the natural notes on the neck, and we've played them horizontally, we've played them vertically. Now it's time to talk about sharps and flats. And so if you are playing a natural note in music and somebody adds a sharp to it. So let's say, for example, I'm playing the note F and I add a sharp to that note and I call it F sharp. What that means is that I'm moving the note F up a half step. So instead of being here on F, I would move up to F sharp. And so that means this second fret right here on the low E string is the note F sharp. Anytime we raise a note by a half step, we would put a sharp in front of it. And so to kind of blow our minds a little bit, if I play E and I put a sharp in front of it and I call it E sharp, I'm going to be playing the first fret of the low E string, which we call F. E sharp and F are the same note. Okay, they sound the same, they are the same. Generally, we use the name F more than E sharp, but there are times when the note E sharp is written in written music. Sometimes it's how we refer to it. Okay, but in a situation like where we have like F to G, if I raise F up a half step, I'd call that F sharp. If between like G and A, if I raise the note G up a half step to G sharp, that's right there. Okay, so on and so forth. Now, if I want to lower a note by a half step, then I would add a flat to it. So, for example, if I'm playing the note G on the low E string, and I want to play G flat, I would lower it down a half step, and now I'm playing G flat. And you might be going, well, wait a minute, I thought that was F sharp. And you're not wrong. It is F sharp. It's also G flat. And so that spot on the guitar, and frankly on all instruments, takes both names. So G, lower by a half step, is G flat. F, raised a half step, is F sharp. And both of them happen at the second fret. So what we're going to do here is we're going to learn all of the names of the notes. I'll go up each string, sharps and flats. And we'll start with sharps. So second fret of the low E string is F sharp. Fourth fret of the low E string is the note G sharp. Sixth fret of the low E string is the note A sharp. The ninth fret of the low E string is the note C sharp. And the 11th fret of the low E string is the note D sharp. So, starting at the 11th fret, D sharp, down to C sharp, down to A sharp, down to G sharp, down to F sharp. We'll do the same thing, but now we're going to call it flats. Okay, so this is G flat, and then fourth fret is A flat, sixth fret is B flat, the ninth fret is D flat, and the 11th fret is E flat. We'll go back down. E flat, and then the ninth fret is D flat, and the sixth fret is B flat, and then the fourth fret is A flat, and then the second fret is G flat. That is your lowest string. Next, A string, first fret, A sharp. And then we have C sharp at the fourth fret. We have D sharp at the sixth fret, F sharp at the ninth fret, and G sharp at the 11th fret. So going backwards, G sharp at 11, F sharp at 9, D sharp at the 6th, C sharp at the 4th, and A sharp, sorry, at the 1st fret. I definitely have preferences for what I like to call these notes. And when they show up, as something other than what I usually like to call them, you deal with it. But, when you're speaking, it can be a little frustrating sometimes. So 1st fret, B flat. And then 4th fret, D flat. 6th fret, E flat. And then the 9th fret, G flat. And then the 11th fret, A flat. Back down, A flat. 9th fret, G flat. 6th fret, E flat. 4th fret, D flat. And then 1st fret, B flat. Okay. Next string, we got D sharp. Up to the 4th fret, F sharp. And then 6th fret, G sharp. And then 8th fret, A sharp. And then the 11th fret, C sharp. Back down. C sharp is at the 11th fret. And then A sharp is at the 8th fret there. And then we've got the 6th fret is G sharp. 4th fret is F sharp. And then the 1st fret is D sharp. Call them by the flat names. E flat. And then 4th fret is G flat. And then 6th fret is A flat. And then 8th fret is B flat. And then the 11th fret is D flat. Back down, D flat. To B flat. To A flat. 4th fret is G flat. 1st fret is E flat. All right. Next string. 1st fret. This is the G string, so this is 1st fret would be G sharp. And then the 3rd fret is A sharp. And then the 6th fret is C sharp. And then the 8th fret is D sharp. And then the 11th fret is F sharp. Oh, back down. F sharp, D sharp, C sharp, A sharp, G sharp. Call them by their flat names. A flat. 3rd fret is B flat. On the way up, we got D flat. And then we've got E flat. And then we're at the 11th fret, G flat. Back down, G flat, E flat, D flat, B flat, A flat. Next string. We got our B and C are the open and then 1st fret. So this has to be C sharp. And then D sharp. And then F sharp. And then G sharp. And then A sharp. Back down. A sharp is at the 11th. G sharp is at 9. F sharp is at 7. D sharp is at 4. And C sharp is at 2. All right, let's call them by their flat names. D flat, E flat, G flat is at 7, A flat is at 9, and B flat is at 11. So B flat, A flat, G flat, E flat, D flat. All right, highest string. We know E and F occupy the 1st fret and the 2nd fret, so this must be F sharp. F sharp. 4th fret is G sharp. 6th fret is A sharp. And then 9th fret is C sharp, and the 11th fret is D sharp. Back down, D sharp, C sharp, A sharp, G sharp, F sharp. Now let's call it by their flat names. G flat, A flat, B flat, D flat, E flat, E flat, D flat, B flat, A flat, G flat. All right, so there's a whole lot of games we can play with this. In the next video I make, I'm going to dedicate it just to playing the two games. Go ahead and go up and down the strings just like that. Learn your sharps and flats. It's okay if you feel more comfortable saying one versus the other, but knowing that they're both, like F sharp and G flat, are in the same spot. If you can understand that and know that, that's the bonus right there. All right. Good luck. Have a great day.